Today we are in the Stellenbosch area, specifically the Canettevallei Lavender and Wine Farm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also Super Single Vineyards.
Yes.
It's the same farm.
Yep.
So we are very fortunate that Canettevallei Lavender and Wine Farm is sponsoring this episode for
Yeah.
us. A big thank you to Daniёl and Ingrid de Waal. Their contact details will be on the screen and in the description below.
I'm looking forward to it. I love lavender. The smell of lavender is absolutely stunning.
I know, and they
Yes.
have quite a few other activities, very interesting activities. And although soap making is not a normal activity for visitors, Ingrid is going to spoil us with a soap making demonstration
Yes.
too. I'm quite keen on that.
I'm looking forward to that. I've always been interested to see how they make soap. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Let's go.
Let's go and explore.
Do you see the purple?
Yeah, look at this. Loads of lavender, hey?
Lavender fields, how beautiful. I'm very excited to see all the activities they offer at Canettevallei.
Yes. I just love all the lavender that one sees around here.
And lots of vineyards too. The winery is called Super Single.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Super Single Vineyards. I think that's the wine tasting. That's the shop. Look at that beautiful dam.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
Listen to the birds.
Oh, sheep grazing.
Yes. What are these flowers?
Arum lilies.
Arum lilies.
Yes.
Beautiful, eh?
In the water.
Yeah. The sheep on the other side.
What gorgeous surroundings.
Yeah.
I look forward to enjoying a cup of coffee now.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Our coffee has arrived.
How many sugars for you?
I would say 2.5. Do I want to show how many sugars you're taking?
I'm only taking 3. I'm a good boy.
And just the tiniest splash of milk. Okay, 2 splashes. Let's enjoy.
Yes.
A working farm.
So nice. Oh, so this is the soap that Ingrid's going to cut now.
Yes, this is a goat's milk and lavender soap. So I'm just tuning my wires here
Wow.
because they
You're
need
literally tuning them.
I can hear which ones
Oh, not tight enough, yes.
are not tight enough. So
That is
we want a tight
unbelievable.
wire.
Crazy, eh? It's like a guitar.
So this is Ingrid de Waal. She is so kind to welcome us to Canettevallei today.
It's absolutely my pleasure, and thank you for the opportunity for us to show you our soaps and our farm.
That's brilliant, eh?
it's
Absolutely gorgeous here.
Stunning place,
Yeah,
eh?
it's a traditional wine farm. It's a very old wine farm, and we are busy with a lot of things on this farm. So,
And we'll be experiencing a few of them today. We're very excited.
yes, I'm the lavender farmer here, and I've been farming with lavender for 20 years.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, and I have been making soap for the past 9 years.
9 years.
You see
Okay.
a lot of purple. Even the top is purple.
Yeah, well, the lavender looks amazing as you come driving in, eh?
Yes, it's now our peak season. This type of lavender that you see here
Yes.
today is it's a winter blooming variety. It's called Lavandula dentata, and it loves the cold weather. And as soon as this weather is turning warmer, the flowers season will also be over.
Okay.
And that doesn't seem going to be happening this year.
Yeah, because of the very long and wet winter,
Yeah.
the season is longer than usual.
Which you're happy for, right?
We are happy for that.
Yeah.
Yes, we love that because people love to see our beautiful lavender.
Absolutely.
Of course, yes.
Okay, so this is my cutter, and this cutter comes all the way from Russia.
From Russia?
Yeah, at the time 9 years ago, it wasn't possible to find cutters here, so I had to import it
Oh, wow.
from Russia. So okay, just place it like that.
So you've had this exact cutter for 9 years already.
Or 9 years already, yes. Okay, just let me see if these flowers now line up with the wires, and let's go.
And they seem to do perfectly.
Look at that. There we go. Soap.
This is a goat's milk and lavender soap. So I'm just putting it on like that because I'm going to do the stamping straight afterwards.
Okay.
Oh, there's one wire gone.
Did it snap?
It snapped just now, yeah. This very seldom happens, but
no.
it's not.
Do you restring it then?
Yeah,
or-
I just need a new wire.
Okay.
Get a new wire, but not now. It's fine. I can continue like this. So I will just use this section here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That is so satisfying to watch.
Yes.
So this was made about 24 hours ago.
Yes, yesterday afternoon.
Wow.
So then you have to insulate the soap, you cover it, and the soap stays inside and hot for about 24 hours. But that depends on the type of soap that you make.
Okay.
So it's different for different types of soap. I just want to get this one. Let's carry on with the cutting.
Oh, you can still go perfectly without the
I can, yes.
broken
with
string, yes.
This is one broken string. So this is our stamp, and I work through a plastic. Otherwise, the stamp just pulls out sections, small bits of soap, and it gets stuck between the letters there.
Okay.
Oh, so it embosses it basically. It's not as if it puts any colour on
It's
it.
an imprint. Yeah.
Okay.
That's incredible.
No colour, no.
So if you wait too long, the soap gets too hard and you can't do this, eh?
Yeah.
Can we turn one around?
Look at that.
Look how beautiful that is.
I can do it without the cling film, like that. But then,
Oh, then it
when you
gets
pull it
stuck.
out,
Oh, look what
you
it
can
does.
see all these bits of soap.
Okay.
Oh,
and
I
it's sort of
see that.
it's not nice. It's not
Yeah.
a crisp.
No. Of course.
It's not a
And you figured this out for yourself?
trial and error, I would
I'm
imagine.
telling you, yeah.
It's been 9 years.
Yeah, you should know by now, eh?
Loads of experience.
Loads of experience, yes.
And the fact that you so strategically place the lavender flower is just gorgeous.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
I love the smell of this soap. It's
I
so
do.
pure and
Yeah.
clean and just lovely.
And what's nice is it's all natural, eh?
Yeah,
That's what's so nice.
It's an all natural soap. All right, so this is my soap garden.
Okay.
Please come in, please follow me.
Is Doggy welcome?
Dog is always very welcome. This is my shadow, and its name is Dippy.
Dippy.
And he goes everywhere that I go. So
I can see that. His mommy's boy. Is it a boy?
it's a boy, and it loves all the visitors.
Oh, great.
And he's got an obsession with reflection, so he's just always chasing butterflies and also cell phone reflections. Okay, so this is my soap garden. What we do here is, I've always been running after botanicals and flowers in the veld, so I just wanted to have it all like in one place, sort of easy. And this is just our old kraal, and we started to plant the flowers here so that everything is contained and can at least neat. So that row, for example, that's my cornflowers. There's at least one blue flower there at the end there. And those are my rose geraniums. And this is a Roman chamomile. And this is calendula, or in Afrikaans it's called pompoenblomme.
Oh, right.
Okay.
I can see why.
And then some other types of lavender, just to show people that you get the different types of lavender. And we have some aloe vera over there. I've got some artemisia, wilde als over there. So we've got different things going on here in different times of the year. So what we do is I pick the flowers and I use all the petals in their dry form as toppings, as decorations on top of our soaps. And sometimes I infuse it in my base oils just to get either the color or the good components in my oils.
Do you have flowers in season all year round?
Mostly yes.
Because you have quite a lot of flowers
Mostly
for
yes.
winter time.
Sometimes we have status, we have different things going on here.
Okay.
So the Roman chamomile,
You
I love
literally
them.
just take the little flower.
Yes, just like that. This is just how I pick them.
May I do a few?
Of course, please, go ahead.
Oh, I feel sorry for them, but they're going to do another
sorry.
job now.
But look how many little buds there are that are going to grow again.
So
you see.
chamomile makes a wonderful tea as well. It's very healthy for you.
So they to top the soap.
Yes, these will be used as soap toppings, or we can also infuse our base oils with the yellow ones if we wanted, for example, a yellow type of soap.
Oh,
We have a breeding pair of fish eagles here on the
oh
dam.
really? I never heard the fish eagle. Wow. I'd love to hear that. That's my favorite.
You will not miss a fish
Look at that. Eh? Beautiful. So bright.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Roman chamomile that you saw in my soap garden. This is in its dry form. This is now ready to be added to my soap as a topping, as a decoration for the soap.
So that is dried somewhat.
This must be completely dry.
Oh,
Yeah, it's completely dry.
Okay.
So, with soap, it's safety is very important. All safety first. Always gloves. You cannot make soap without gloves.
Okay.
All right. So that is because I work with caustic caustic soda,
Okay.
sodium hydroxide, which is an alkali. It's highly alkaline. The pH is something like 12 or 13.
Wow.
It has a very high pH. So it's actually quite a dangerous ingredient to work with. So that's why we work with a lot of caution and we put on gloves and protective gear, All right, so I have prepared my lye. My lye is still cooling off. This is the soap that I'm going to demonstrate. It's a sage, lavender and lemongrass soap.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just leave that there. All right, so maybe let me explain to you what soap is. I'm not sure if your viewers will know what soap really is. So soap is really a mix of oils and caustic soda. So you always start with oil. It can be, like our ancestors, they used to make boerseep in this country.
Yes.
And boerseep was always made with tallow or lard, which is an animal fat that gets rendered, and then when the oil is melted like that, they add the caustic soda to the oil, and then they mix and they stir and they cook it for hours and hours and hours until the oil becomes a soap. So what is really happening is that the caustic soda, which is your alkali, is very alkaline, and your fatty acids, or your oils are your fatty acids or your lipids. So these are your acids. So you mix an acid and alkali, and then it becomes soap through a process that we call saponification.
Oh, okay. We spoke about that.
Yes, so the saponification is really a chemical process that turns oils into a soap molecule and glycerin. So after your saponification is completed, you have now soap. It's no longer oils, and your caustic soda has become glycerin. So glycerin is a natural byproduct of the saponification process. It's not something that we add.
Oh, okay.
So handcrafted soap is always very high in glycerin.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting.
Yes. So I'm going to add all my oils together. I just see there's a little bug in here now because we're doing it outside today. That's good.
Took an oil bath.
I took an oil bath. So I use a mix of oils. Because it's much like winemaking. Each component, each different type of oil or butter brings something different to the soap. So my mix is olive oil. I use a lot of olive oil, and I use coconut oil, and I love castor oil. Castor oil makes a very good foam. So it brings it makes a nice stable foam, because some people believe if a soap doesn't foam, it doesn't work.
Yes.
Which is not really
Yeah,
true.
it's true. Yeah.
But we all love, a soap that
That
foams.
lather that it makes.
That's
Yes.
good lather,
Yes.
exactly.
Tell me, you say castor oil.
Yeah, that's
The castor oil we grew up with?
Yes, castor oil makes a very good lather. So
Okay.
I love castor oil in soap.
Okay.
So
And
this is a
then-
combination, Ingrid, of olive, coconut, and castor.
Exactly.
Oh,
yes.
Fantastic.
Okay, so I work around 40 degrees Celsius.
Oh, all right.
But I'm an experienced soap maker, so
No wonder one has to be careful, though.
yeah, exactly. So this is now just comfortable to the touch. It's not too hot or too cold.
Oh, I feel.
Yes, so it's about around 40 degrees.
Just above lukewarm, I'd say.
Exactly. So now I first want to give this a good mix, because I've now mixed all the oils together. I just want to make a homogeneous, what is the word, blend. And I'm also adding now my essential oil. So this essential oil
Just want
is
to
a
smell.
blend. It smells divine. So I love to work with natural ingredients. I don't like artificial or synthetic fragrances. So I just add this to my oils. So this is the scent of the
So
soap.
I can just smell it from here.
You can smell it from here, yes.
Is this the sage, lavender and lemongrass?
Yeah, this is a blend of sage essential oil, lavender essential oil and lemongrass essential oil.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm also going to add my colorant to the soap. And today we're going to make this green soap. So I'm going to add my colorant to the oil mix.
Also all natural, I would imagine.
This one is actually a mica.
A
So this one,
mica?
yeah, I prefer natural colorants. I mainly use with natural colorants, but to achieve that specific color, I'm using a mica.
Look at the little bit of a shine.
Yes.
Then I just
Yes, put it around there.
put this wire. So now I'm going to give it a good mix. This is going to be a bit noisy.
No problem.
We're in the soap kitchen.
Yes.
This is my soap kitchen. I have a beautiful soap kitchen today.
You do.
It looks like it's got a bit of a shine to it, eh?
Yeah, but when the soap is done like that, it's
no
it's
shine.
not a
Yeah.
shiny soap.
Okay.
So I need to mix this thoroughly. All right, I think my oils are ready now.
I see you keep on feeling the temperature. Does it have to reduce further?
It's probably, I'm not convinced. Let me see.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
this
a
is
little
fine, this is
warm,
fine.
but
I
you're
think
happy
it will
with
be
that?
fine
Okay.
because
Okay.
we're out here and it's cool enough. There's a cool breeze.
Looks like a crocodile skin.
All right, so I am going to add the caustic soda now to my oils.
Okay.
All right, so the caustic soda, when you add the caustic flakes to the water, there's an exothermic reaction that takes place and it becomes extremely hot. So this has to also cool down a little bit. It has to be more or less the same temperature
Okay.
than my oil mix. Okay.
It is cooling down quite rapidly, though, outside here, I think.
Okay, this is good. Okay, so I'm going to add it to my oils now. Okay. And the moment when you start adding this, you cannot stop. You cannot interrupt it for a phone call. If someone knocks on the door, nothing. You cannot
really?
stop. No, because it solidifies like cement while you're working.
Really?
And sometimes it's really very unpredictable. And especially if you work with a new fragrance oil or base oil, and you don't know how that oil is going to react.
Okay.
It can be a bit of an unpleasant surprise.
So you now have to feel it.
Yeah, so now I will just keep on stirring, okay, just to make it an even mix, and then I will put the stick blender on for small spurts of like 10 seconds, and I will stop again, and I will do that continuously until it reaches trace. We call that trace. I will show you what trace looks like. It's like the consistency of custard.
Oh, okay.
And it's really a crystallization of the oil that takes place.
It's really very chemical and intense, the process.
It's a science.
Yes,
It is a science,
for
and it's
sure.
a very precise science, Okay, you can see it's becoming thicker now.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely
It's
see
definitely
a change
thicker.
in consistency.
So if I take my stick blender out of the mix, it's sort
Oh,
of now
there you go.
emulsified. You see,
Yes.
it's an
Yes, it
Not
doesn't
emulsification.
separating, yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't reached trace yet, because if you lift it up and it doesn't, if it falls back into the mix, it's not yet tracing. So I'm just going to stick blend a little bit more.
Deep
And
colour
then
now,
it should
huh?
that should do it. Let's see. So I'm going to pour it in this mold. This is my mold. Okay, it's ready now. I can see.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
See,
So
this is a much bigger mold than the smaller
I'm
ones.
just going to put this over here. Sorry, guys.
Oh, now it has to
Now we
happen
have
quick.
to move. Oh, look how thick it is already
Yes.
become, hey?
Wow, and your measurements are perfect for the mold, eh? That's what experience does, eh? Oh, so this is why it has to happen now before it solidifies, eh?
Exactly, yes. But the environment of soap is anyway so highly alkaline that it inhibits the growth of any mold.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's almost done now. I just do the last detail, just to do it exactly as that soap.
Okay.
Oh, is that what creates these marks?
Exactly.
Okay. Are all your soaps artisanal soaps, Ingrid? Or
Yes. Okay, and now this is very important step. I need to cover it, to insulate it against cold winds and drafts. And it will sit like this for 24 hours
Wow.
before we
Cut
cut.
it?
Yeah, all
that's
done.
quite intense.
So now
eh?
this batch gets cut tomorrow morning.
Yes.
And then it looks like that.
Exactly, and then it sits on the drying racks for 4 weeks, and then we will label, and then it's ready to be, it's market ready after 4 weeks.
So now we're in the soap studio.
Yes, so this is the soap that I cut this morning,
Yes.
and we just pack it into crates, and then they're off to the drying racks. We will just add the name there.
Oh, so you put the label on.
Yeah. And today's date. That way we know in 4 weeks' time this will be ready for the market.
Oh, in 4 weeks, so it's got to dry for 4 weeks.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, and these are all the soaps already that have been...
Yeah.
Oh,
This soap is called Blada's Garden. I just want to take it out and show you. And Blada was my mother-in-law.
oh
Yeah.
okay.
And she was very fond of gardening, and her garden was really sort of famous, I
Yes,
would
yes,
say.
yes.
She had like a fynbos garden, and she had like a fine garden and a
wow.
herb garden. So this is really in memory of my mother-in-law. Her name was
Okay.
Blada. So
Blada.
this soap is called Blada's Garden. And this is called Beach House.
Oh,
It's got a
wow.
little seashell on top.
That's
And the
nice.
seashells we collected at Skulpiesbaai in Hermanus.
Okay, yes.
And the colorings are completely natural.
It looks like the sand, eh?
Yes,
Yes.
this was to, I tried to capture the shades of that beach,
Yes,
of
yes.
Skulpiesbaai Beach, with my colorant. So this is yellow oxide. This is the natural color of the soap. This is cacao powder, chocolate powder, and then this is charcoal. And yeah, I should show you this one as well.
Oh wow!
This is a what do you call it? A stained glass window.
Yes.
Technique that I use.
This must be quite a job to do, eh?
It was, yeah. Yeah. So this is just for extra fun.
Yes, yes.
I'm not actually really selling it. It's just
Ah,
because
okay.
I love to also
Experiment, eh?
experiment
Yes.
with different techniques, because in soap making there's a lot of different techniques that you can also do. So this is the soap that I just made for you.
Yes.
And I have to insulate it like that, keep it warm,
Okay.
and put it to bed for 24 hours. It's
Okay.
just like that.
All right.
This is all the botanicals that I use as my
Alright.
toppings, cornflowers, the calendula. I even use silk cocoons.
I see that, silkworms.
Yeah, because it gives that slip to soap.
Okay.
Rosemary, Roman chamomile.
That's what you use now,
Yes,
eh?
this is German chamomile. This is dry lavender. Around the corner, all of this is olive oil.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
This is loads of olive oil.
we do things in bulk. And some more olive oil over here. These are all market ready soaps. They all sit here in the boxes.
Oh really?
So when we get an order, we just take it from here and we pack the orders. Yeah, this is just some of the flowers that we pick, and they're busy drying. So this is almost dry.
Okay.
And this we use as a topping on the
soaps.
Yeah.
This is incredible. Ek aan die Eikestad Nes, Lavendel Hen Tops in Wes-Kaap. And on the 24th of September 2015, and Ingrid won the Female Entrepreneur of 2015.
So Ingrid, the ladies are picking the lavender now. This is fresh lavender.
Yes, so we farm with 2 different varieties.
Yes.
Only there are more than 450 different lavender varieties in the world. We have only 2. So this one is called Lavandula dentata, and it's really also called a French lavender. So French is a very broad term, because in French or under French there's different shades of colors. You have pinks, you have even a white one, you have different shades of purple and lilac. But it's very easy recognizable, this variety. If you look at the shape of the leaf, I don't know if you can see this, but it has a dented or a serrated shape.
Okay.
And this is the only lavender variety that has the shape of leaf.
I can see that, yeah.
Yes, and dentata comes from the word dentist. So this is really a toothed lavender, so it's very easy to recognize this variety between all the different other
That's
varieties.
interesting.
Yes, so we have this variety that is currently in bloom, and this variety flowers for let's say 5 months during winter. It loves the cold weather, it loves the rain. So, and as soon as the weather turns, warmer, like now in October, it will soon go over, and then the flowers will just become brown. Like this one, you can see this is not an old flower. So then the season is over.
So there's no market for dried lavender?
There is, that we do, but not for flowers that are brown.
Okay.
So what we do is, what Erin and Teresa are doing today, is they are picking long, tall stems, and then we are going to tie them together in bunches, in 70 stems in a bunch. 70? Yes, and then we're going to hang them up, upside down, because if you hang them up upside down, the stems remain straight. Right. So then we make dry bunches. We also sell fresh bunches, but only on order for brides or,
events
shops
or yes.
Events or anything like that. So we sell fresh bunches, but then we also pick a lot of dry bunches, or we pick a lot of bunches to dry them. Then we also have lavender out of season, because you always get the odd bride in December who wants lavender, and then we can at least offer her, dry bunches. And then the other product that we make of this lavender is we just pick the heads off like that. Yes. And we dry the heads, and we sell whole heads as confetti, and crafters buy that to blend it into their bath salts or whatever they want to do with that. The other variety that we farm with is an oil variety. We distinguish between oil varieties and ornamental varieties. The ornamental varieties is this one that anyone can buy in any nursery.
Yes.
Versus the oil varieties are the ones that we use to make essential oil from.
Okay.
So this one here is not suitable for the distillation of essential oil. You
All
cannot make
right.
oil from this. Okay, so the ladies Erin and Teresa, they are now busy making our bunches.
Okay.
Today we are making dry bunches. So they strip off the leaves and they will put 70 stems, like, you know, their heads will line up, like for example they will use that line
Yes.
as a line, and then they will count, they will put it in stacks of 10 stems, and when they have 7 like stacks of, they will just put them together just to make a neat bunch, and then they will trim off the stems and just tie it with a elastic band.
Okay.
And then these bunches, they will be hung up in the, what do we call the drying loft upstairs.
Okay.
And as you know, it becomes very hot up there, and within 1 or 2 weeks the bunches are dry.
Really?
Oh, so quickly, eh?
Very quickly. These are our dry bunches. You will see they lose quite a bit of bulk,
Okay.
and because they lose their moisture, you know,
So
and
they're
also a
not that
bit of
bright.
colour.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
they're not as bright, of course.
And that
But-
would be after about 2 weeks of drying.
Yes, let's say 3 weeks, just to be
Okay.
safe, depending on the weather, you know.
Alright.
And so we have at least this product to offer to brides or.
Does the
Out of
fragrance?
season.
No,
Yes.
the fragrance doesn't last in this type of lavender.
Okay.
Unfortunately, not. No,
It doesn't intensify, but it's not lost.
it's not completely lost.
No.
But it really fades
Yes,
quite a bit.
yes.
Fades
so-
somewhat, yes.
So if you rub
Completely.
this flower, it's extremely high in menthol and camphor.
Okay.
So it's quite medicinal, very strong smelling.
Yes.
Well, this one, it doesn't have that.
Oh yes, this is intense. Smell there.
Oh, wow.
Is it oily? Does it leave an oily residue on your fingers?
No, not at all. No, this variety contains very, very little oil.
Okay.
Almost nothing, and that is one of the reasons why we don't distill this variety into essential oil. It's not
Okay.
suitable for essential oil purposes.
Erin is now counting the 7 bunches. Putting them together in the big bunch. Look how nice and neat her rows are here.
Yeah.
No, she's got the neck.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
she knows
They've
exactly.
got a down pat, eh? And then cut off.
And that's it.
And that's our bunch.
And then it gets hung up upside down to dry, and then
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Okay.
So we would just hang it upside down there. We put the elastic band there rather than in the middle, because if you put it in the middle, it sort of digs in and it makes
okay.
a mark.
Makes an
And
indentation,
yes, and we don't want that.
yes.
So we put it there at the edge, and after it is dried, the stems are straight, and we can even cut that piece off and move the
Okay.
elastic band up.
And then
so
not
it doesn't-
much is lost. Yeah.
Exactly.
Look how many they've put together now already.
So one of the activities that Canettevallei also offers is pick your own lavender.
Yeah, yeah.
So guests buy a ticket online, visitors, and then they visit the farm to come and pick their own bunches of lavender. So we're going to see how that works now.
Okay.
So Suzanne is the guest today.
All right, so we supply all the tools needed for lavender picking. No need to bring any of your own tools.
Okay.
We supply a pair of scissors as well as a plastic ring. The plastic ring is your measure, and all the stems that fit inside your plastic ring are part of your bunch.
Bunch, okay.
All right,
Okay.
so now we will walk you over to the lavender and show you where and how to pick your bunch. Please come into the rows with me. I'll stand on this side and I'll quickly explain some things to you. All right, so you will be looking to pick the nicest stems. Okay, those will be your tallest stems, and your tall stems are always your strongest stems, so those make the nicest bunch. And we say it's the middle stem. I will explain to you that now, what the middle stem is. All types of lavender always split in 3 like that. It makes this fork. and this is your middle stem. So this is always your strongest and your tallest stem. And as soon as you've cut this stem out, it will stimulate the growth on the two side branches there, and then they will develop into new stems, you know. Let me show you here. You can see before Suzanne, someone had come and picked out that middle stem, and now these two stems, there you can see new babies popping.
Okay.
And this also used to be a middle stem. And there you have all the side branches going.
Fantastic, eh?
Very interesting. So it's a way of pruning for me because it stimulates the
exactly.
other growth.
What we're really doing, we are prolonging the season. So the more you pick it, the more it flowers.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Yes, exactly. So it's very easy. So all the stems that go in there are part of your bunch. So then maybe just to mention that we have a lot of bees. You will see. We have like a gazillion of bees. The bees are busy with their own life.
They're doing their pollination,
Exactly, they are not here because of us. And so just know about them and just be careful and never grab the flower like that by the head, because there might be a bee on the other side that you don't see and the bee won't be impressed.
They're doing their very important work.
Exactly, we are very happy they are here.
Absolutely.
So it's very important for us. I'm very concerned about the general welfare of the bees. And then lavender, of course, has a chemical component by the name of linalool acetate, which is really very relaxing. It has a relaxing effect on your brain on a subconscious level.
So the season again is from May to end of September, and that's basically when the lavender picking is available.
Exactly.
To visitors.
Yes, so we have extended the lavender picking until the middle of October. It's like this year, and we just gauge it by the evolution of the flowers.
Right.
If we see the season is over, the season is over.
Yes.
So.
And the weather dictates the season.
Exactly. So we cannot say at the beginning of the activity, we cannot already in May predict when it's going to stop. But at least we know that end of September it's still safe. It's usually still safe.
We have put your website address at the beginning of the episode on the screen, so potential visitors can check it out for next year.
Yes, please. You're welcome by all means.
So I want to see how you pick.
Perfect. Suzanne, what did you think? We're letting you off that easily.
I was hoping so. Yeah. Let's lend a hand, then it will go quicker. So all the stems that stick out above the others, those are always your middle stems and your strong stems.
Oh, the taller ones.
The taller ones, yes.
We're approaching a full bunch.
Okay.
Oh, that looks healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yes, we started the lavender picking about 3 years ago. It was just after COVID, or 4 years ago, I can't remember. And it was just after COVID when people really needed that therapy and to come out of their houses and just to get something going, you know, and energy going. And
something different.
I think that is why so many people just grab the opportunity, because you don't know people's stories. You don't know where they live, maybe on the third floor or in a small apartment.
What they've been through, right?
And they have got kids, and the kids, they need to get into nature is really very important. But they seldom have the opportunity. And here there's like, they can roam the farm, you know, it's...
Yes.
Experience freedom for a while.
And I think that was essential after COVID for people.
All right, so this bucket of scissors, like, really drew my attention. Suzanne says that in the beginning when they started, they just had to buy more and more scissors because of everyone who came. And Daniel even had to rush to Agrimark to go buy more scissors. And these are the rings.
Great stuff.
And the rubber bands.
Rubber bands.
Yeah.
You're picking asparagus now. You must just check this one.
That is wild.
Look at that.
That is growing like this?
Yes.
Yes, and an asparagus can grow 20 centimeters per day.
Per day?
20 centimeters per day, yes.
You're not serious.
Yes, when conditions are good and when it's warm. So that's why we have to pick every single day, because what you don't see today will be there tomorrow. So
I was wondering why you would say you pick every day, so that's why. You see nothing today and tomorrow there's a shoot.
exactly, yes.
Wow, so gorgeous.
What's the syndrome he's got?
It's wobbly cat syndrome.
Wobbly cat
He's got
syndrome.
Wobbly cat syndrome.
But he does very well.
It's got very bad balance. It's, you know, they
sweet.
say that a cat never, or a cat always lands on its feet.
Yeah.
But not
Not
this
him.
one. Shame. And it also cannot climb into a tree.
I can't climb a tree.
No,
Shay.
no,
I
it
want to tell
can't.
you, with the gardens he has, that's okay.
He's got
Yes,
no
no,
worries. Eh?
it's
He just
very well
wanted mommy
adapted.
now. That's why he
It's
now.
easy.
Oh, look at
Look at him.
He's still a cat.
Yes,
He's only 9 months old.
look at him. Sweet, eh? Okay, so this is where they process the asparagus.
Yes. So we just sort of cut them, all the rough ends off. And then we make them into 500 gram bundles. But first-
500 gram.
Yes,
Okay.
we sell our asparagus in 500 gram packets. And you know these asparagus that you find in the shops, they're always 170 grams.
Yes, yes.
And it's like that, who's going to eat and who's going to not eat, you know? It's just,
Like 4 spears, yes.
I don't like, we are known for our large family-sized meal. So the whole family can enjoy it as a meal, you know, as a side to fish or meat or whatever. So that's why we decided to do our asparagus in 500 gram packets.
And they're also beautiful on the braai.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. So asparagus is like, I want to say less is more. So don't overcomplicate your recipe.
Yes.
Just steamed in a little bit of water or steamed.
And a bit of butter.
We love butter or olive oil and a bit of salt.
Okay.
Definitely need a little bit of oil.
Yes. But we've made it in all different kinds of recipes. It's also, we make a very nice pasta with asparagus as well.
Just so divine. The offcuts go back into the field.
Yes, the offcuts always go back, the organic material always go back into the soil.
That's
Because
why
we,
I picked, huh?
we believe that it's give and take. You cannot just take. You cannot only take. You have to give back to the soil as well.
What is your name?
Ernest.
Ernest.
Ernest, yes.
So this is it packed, 500 grams.
Yes.
So we will add the label now.
Look at how much 500 is.
Yeah. One more.
One more.
There we go.
And then we just add it to the packet.
Oh, it just doesn't get fresher than this.
No way.
No, and it's local, you know, so it's a small footprint on Mother Earth,
Yes.
you know, and it's pesticide free, and it's very affordable.
That's what I like, that it's pesticide free.
Yes. Okay, these are packets, and now we just add our pretty label.
There we go. Fresh asparagus, you don't get fresher than this, eh?
Ready for the consumer. This is like from the farm to the table.
Yes.
What does that say?
Oh, yeah. Calories, protein, fats, carbs.
Just the nutritional value with the expiry date.
Oh,
The
okay.
market
And it's got
date.
low carbs as well, that I like.
Yeah.
So for this whole 500 grams, it's only got three carbs. basically.
Yes, it's very for the people who are conscious about
Yes,
healthy
yes.
living and
Yes.
looking after their figure. It's perfect, and it's got a load of nutrients.
Fantastic.
Lavender shop, farm office. We're here for the shop.
Yeah.
I'm keen. Smell.
The smell.
Smell. All right. Okay, so these soaps are 57.
The vanilla.
Yes.
Sonbeusie.
Provençal, Sonbeusie. Okay, interesting names.
Look at this Rose Deluxe. Just want to smell it. Wow. It smells like Turkish Delight.
I will smell
Could
the
take a-
roses
take
and
a-
lavender.
Take a bite of it, eh?
Love these with the uneven tops.
Yes.
Beautiful. Look at that. Hey, baby.
Hey,
Cute labels. Unscented natural soap.
can you smell that? It smells like soap. Yes, the soap that you remember my grandmother used to make her own soaps as well. And it smelled like that because they never used to scent it.
Not everyone enjoys scented soaps.
Yeah.
So they ship countrywide to other resellers,
Yes.
shops, etc., and even to other countries as well. Dried lavender everywhere.
That's why this place smells so stunning when you walk in here.
Beautiful.
Look at this pure lavender essential oil. 100%.
Oh, yeah, all the different sizes.
Yes.
100 ml, 50 ml, and 10 ml. These are, what are they?
Fynbos.
Smudge stick with crystal. That's got quite a spicy smell.
Yeah, it does, eh?
Very interesting.
That's all the dried bunches.
Yes.
Wow. Canettevallei Lavender.
How beautiful is that?
Beautiful.
So these, Suzanne explained, they are used for the essential oils.
Yeah, they are like an oil-based lavender, eh?
And she crushed a flower for us, and the smell is super intense.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't, it lasts forever.
Yes. Oh, yes, that's what's interesting is this.
Ingrid says yes.
This is, she says that she thinks it was made in the 60s, and its smell is still so intense. You just touch it a little bit, squeeze it a little bit, and you smell it, and the smell is still there.
Yes.
Crazy.
Because it's 100% pure.
Yeah.
That's from an overseas country. I've forgotten
Scotland.
which one. Oh.
Scotland, yes. And yes, the honey and botanical vinegar, lavender.
So the bees are from their fields,
Yes.
and then they go to another farm's hives
And they produce the honey for them. Yeah.
for Canettevallei.
Canet, yes.
Yes. So this was their old label.
And they've rebranded like this.
Beautiful now, modern and
Yeah.
clean. I see preserves.
Lavender infused honey,
Yes.
raw eucalyptus honey, raw fynbos. Incredible.
Apricot and lavender preserve. Those are two of your favorite flavors.
Yes. Super single vineyards, tasting room. Hello.
Hello.
Here we again.
Yes.
It's a fireplace.
Suzanne, how does it work when a visitor comes for a wine tasting?
So our wine tasting is 80 Rand for 5 of our wines, and we try and change up the tasting every so often, opening new wines, new varietals, new ideas that we've played with, so that no one ever does the same tasting twice.
Okay.
So we just try to change it up as much as we can.
Fantastic. And the name, Super Single Vineyards.
Yes, so our focus is on site-specific single vineyards, basically meaning that we are absolutely after the terroir and the story that the vineyard has to tell. So we go around the Western Cape, the coastal areas, and we identify specific single vineyards. Now, what defines a single vineyard is that it is less than 6 hectares. So we then go and we certify them as being less than 6 hectares. And then the average size of the vineyards that we actually work with are between 2 and 4 hectares. So quite small.
Very small. That's nice, eh?
So we get to select beautiful pockets from vineyards.
Yes.
And we love working with, we call it site-specific vineyards. So we are even row-specific in the sense of like, we'll pick from this row, then skip a row, and then pick from another one. So
that detail.
Yes, so there's a lot of attention to detail. We love monitoring vineyards, creating a blueprint of the function, the phenological processes that happens in the vine and everything. And so on top of that as well, not only them being between 2 and 4 hectares, we also love working with old bush vines. So that is, I kind of have this thing where I think that with age comes wisdom. The same thing applies to a vine.
Okay.
So that whole story of like older bush vines, they just give you incredible quality of grapes, and that's absolutely what we're after. So that also means our yield goes down of our vineyards, but it means that we get to produce top quality wines.
That's what it's about, the quality.
Yes,
eh?
absolutely.
Yes.
All right, so only Curtis will be tasting.
Okay, wonderful.
So I think we might be most comfortable at the table, if that works for you.
Yes, not
Perfect.
a problem. You guys can have a seat and I'll get you started.
Thank you.
So I'm very impressed. Suzanne studied viticulture and oenology.
Yes.
So please explain to me, what is oenology?
Oenology is the study of winemaking. So viticulture is the vine part, and then oenology is the winemaking part.
Okay.
So it's just the BAc brings everything together, and how the science influences both the soil and the terroir, like the sunlight and the ground and the soil and everything. And then oenology is everything that happens in the cellar. So how these two elements play together and essentially make wine.
Tell us what the correct way is to taste a wine.
So, let me get you some wine in your glass.
Okay.
So, ideally, the way that you should be tasting wine is by bringing the glass to your nose directly and just getting those initial aromas in your nose, because your nose is actually the first port of taste. As you can think, like when you walk into a kitchen, the first thing, you smell the food before you see or taste the food. So just think about like when you walk into your kitchen. So you pick up the glass and you smell it. And then after that, you can swirl it a little bit to add oxygen to the wine.
So he swirls it before he tastes.
Swirl it after I've smelt it.
Smelt it. So smell it, then do the initial smell, and then you swirl it, smell it again, just to add some oxygen to the wine, and that just helps to aerate and bring out some aromas. And then you can go ahead and take your first sip, and then just let it swirl around in your mouth as well. And then maybe take some to your nose again. And then...
and what wine is this that he's tasting?
So, this is our first wine in our tasting. This is our Pella Canettevallei Chenin Blanc from 2023.
Right.
So the name Pella is one of the brands that we have, and these vineyards specifically are in the Stellenbosch or coastal region of South Africa. So Pella means place of gathering, which is very fitting in the sense of we go out and we search for different vines, bring them together, make wine from them.
Okay.
It also refers to the union between terroir and vine, which we just explained.
Right.
So how everything works together in the vineyard and in the cellar to make, at the end of the day, a good quality wine. And also there's a little connotation to Ingrid. So this is obviously Daniёl's brand, but his wife Ingrid, the lavender farmer and soap maker, she's from Pella in the Northern Cape.
No way.
No.
So it's a very sweet little ode to Ingrid, in the sense of like the
That is amazing.
Pella.
I get chills because we visited Pella.
Oh, it's incredible.
And it was just, very
beautiful
impactful
place.
visit.
It's
Yeah.
very sweet, very quaint and quiet
Just a
town.
fantastic place.
Yeah, so it wasn't intentional, but it turned out to be
was
somewhat
meant to be,
intentional.
clearly.
Exactly,
Fantastic.
exactly.
So how does that taste?
I must be honest with you, I like this wine.
I'm so glad you do.
I really do. It's got a nice smooth taste. It doesn't. It's not very harsh. Like a lot of wines I've tasted before are very difficult.
Yes, like-
but this one I enjoyed very much.
I'm so
Very
glad.
nice.
Yeah.
Easy drinking wine.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
yeah.
Easy
So
drinking
yeah,
wine.
within our Pella range, we have obviously like different varietals, and each varietal has their own name. For example, this is the Canettevallei Chenin Blanc.
Okay.
So Canettevallei, it refers to the vineyard.
Yes.
So old
Okay.
bushvine vineyard planted in 1982.
A single one.
Single vineyard planted in 1982. Whilst the block is certified single vineyard, and so literally every year when we think, okay, now the grapes, like this vineyard is done for, we can now pull it out.
Yes.
It surprises us with the most beautiful grapes. So hence the name Canettevallei.
Okay, it just keeps on going.
It just keeps on going. It's literally, it does not want to give up. And
Okay.
I mean, the Chenin is absolutely a testament of what old bush vines can give you in sense of quality.
Yes.
There's a beautiful richness, almost like guava notes coming through.
Oh, yes.
So the wine, the oenological side of this wine is that it was aged in 6th and 7th fill French and Hungarian
6
oak.
and 7.
Yes, so it's the 6th or the 7th time that this white wine barrel has been used, both French and Hungarian oak. And
Wow.
then 25% of the wine spends about 8 weeks on the skins after it's been fermented, just to add that like smooth characteristic that you
Yes,
pointed out. So that is the
No, I
honey
enjoyed
to it.
this.
We love guava. Do you pick up guava in any way?
Man, no.
Wine number 2. So this is once again in our Pella range. This is our Thomas Sedoland Pinotage from 2021.
Thomas Dolan.
Thomas Sedoland.
All right.
So the story behind the name of this wine is that we are very fortunate that we get to work with, once again, some old bush vines planted in the 1960s.
Whoa.
And in this vineyard, so it's some of the oldest Pinotage bush vines known to South Africans. And Thomas, we had about 4 or 5 generations of Thomases that has worked specifically in the Pinotage field. And so it's just an ode to Thomas and his son Thomas and their grandson Thomas.
Wow.
You mean farm workers?
Farm workers.
Oh, how beautiful
That
is
is so
that?
nice.
Beautiful. And they just like, their Pinotage was their baby.
Okay.
And it's just an ode to them. They used to go there with their donkey cart and or their horse cart, and they just work there. So it's an ode to their tenacity.
To the
All the
Thomases.
Thomases.
To all the Thomases, so hence the name Thomas Doland. Doland means hard earth. It's something that's difficult to work with.
Okay.
Once again, because it's an old bush vine, and if you have a look behind me over here, here is, we had to pull out a section of that specific vineyard. So this is one of the oldest Pinotage bush vines in the world.
What?
So you can actually see all the harvests that it's been through if you count all the little nodes
really?
over here.
And then it reached the end of its life.
Yes, yeah. So this vineyard specifically got a little bit sick, so we just decided just to protect the rest of the vineyards, we actually pulled the vine. But yeah,
Can
so
you
that
imagine
is-
that must be a sad day.
It is quite a sad day when you
Yeah.
have to pull old bush vines. But yeah, still very fortunate that we got to actually salvage a section of the block, and then we still get to produce this wonderful
Thomas Dolan.
Thomas Doland. Yeah.
Hey, you say it beautifully, eh?
Hey, Thomas Dolan. Hey. Yeah, I shook it now, and I shouldn't have
No,
swirled
that's
it now.
fine.
Yeah,
Please go ahead.
Swirled it.
You know, I can smell the barrel, the oak.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful.
I
Well,
can smell the oak. Did you want to smell?
Yes. I still smell guava, sorry.
Still stuck on the Shannon. So yeah, our interpretation of pinotage is a little bit different than the traditional, or like what has become the traditional pinotage. I mean, if you, there are a plethora of other wine forms which make beautifully rich style pinotages, heavily oaked, very serious style wines. But the original intent of pinotage, when you look at Prof. Perelt, was that he wanted to create something. He loved Pinot Noir, and he believed everybody should be drinking Pinot Noir.
Okay.
But he loved the vigor that Cinsault provided, which is the other side, the other leg of pinotage. Back in the day, it was known as Hermitage. And basically, what happened is he created this hybrid of Pinot Noir and Hermitage, creating pinotage. And so the original intent, if you think about Pinot Noir, is that it is a light, very almost very much more, not as dark as this one even, but a lighter style drinking wine. And he wanted that, but the vigor that the Cinsault vine provides. And so that is how things came together. And so we want to go back to that original intent. So it is a little bit of a lighter style pinotage, raspberries, blueberries, dark cherries coming through, and then that finish is quite smooth.
I still don't get those fruity flavors.
Yeah, well,
you know? But I
Don't let that bother you too.
no, but I enjoy the taste as well. You know, I can feel it's a bit of a dry
yes, definitely.
on my tongue.
All right, so next up, also in our pella range, this is our Oaklebrand Malbec from
Oaklebrand Malbec.
Malbec. So Malbec is not a varietal that is often produced as a single vineyard. It is usually used in your Bordeaux style blends with Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, and Petit Verdot. But we wanted to show that Malbec is actually a wonderful wine that can stand on its own 2 feet.
Okay.
And so the most famous Malbecs are currently being produced in Argentina for their high altitude, incredible way that they actually farm with their vines and things like that. But yeah, so just a wonderful meaty wine in the sense of like this will go really lovely with a steak. So yeah, we just always the wine spends about 12 months in 3rd and 4th full French oak. So on the nose, it's like stewed fruits and prunes coming through. On the palate, it's got that gamey, almost meaty structure, like almost a salinity coming through. And then the finish is like a dark chocolate cacao finish.
You love steak, so I'd like you to tell me if you could enjoy a glass of that with steak in the future.
What's incredible for me is that the smell changes when I swirl it. Definitely does.
Yeah.
This will go nice with a steak. Definitely.
So you could-
100%.
All right.
I can taste eating that or drinking that with a steak.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So this is a question from both of us.
Yes.
Can one learn to drink and enjoy wine if one is still a novice wine drinker?
Yes.
Is it an acquired taste, basically?
Yes, so it's all about your own experience and your own interpretation of wine. It's such a subjective thing, but it is definitely something that you can learn to enjoy. It's like whiskey tasting or brandy or anything.
Or gin even, yes.
Or gin even.
Yes.
It's all about are you going to adventure out and experiment with different styles and different wines and things. I mean, no two people will have the same reaction to one type of wine. So, So this is our Verlaten Kloof Merlot, also in our Pella range. So this is also quite a special wine, as it is one of the few old bushvine Merlots in Stellenbosch, planted in 1982.
Okay, so these are all old.
All
old
bush
wines.
wines,
There you
yes.
are.
So we really love our old bush wines here.
That's clear.
Yes, so Verlaten Kloof, the name once again, is an ode to the vineyard. So where this specific vineyard is planted on the Polkadraai area, and it's literally planted almost like half a hectare away from all other vines. This wine definitely needs a plate of food with it. But yeah, it's got that like almost earthy dustiness on the nose and on the palate,
And very dark.
very dark, like almost like a garnet color, and so that slight red cherry characteristic coming through, and on the finish, I don't really know about a better way to describe it other than this wine sits really well in your mouth.
Okay.
Quite velvety at the end with a kind of like a dry finish as well. So, yeah, we kind of always say that a wine has shoulders in the industry. So it's a wine that has broad shoulders.
How does it sit? Okay, how broad are its shoulders?
You know, this is a wine, a red wine I'll enjoy. No, definitely.
Of the three so
Of the three
far?
so far. This one is a nice red wine.
Verlaat en kloof.
Verlaat en kloof, yeah. So
Okay.
this is our final wine from, as you can see, the label is different. This is from our heritage range. So we have a range that is dedicated to old bush vines and just really emphasizing the age of the vineyards. So Voorloper is a Syrah, old bush vine Syrah, planted in 1985, and also one of the oldest Syrah bush vines in Stellenbosch.
Okay.
Very fortunate. The name Voorloper is just because we want to focus on a wine that stands out from the crowd. It walks ahead. It's just incredible. So on the nose, it's got beautiful white pepper, cloves, and sweet spices coming through, and then the finish is lengthy, got that graphite and red cherry like mixture coming through.
Okay,
So
you
that
see
is
that.
the Voorloper.
Suzanne, thank you for your time. I think you have other guests.
Yes, I do. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
guys.
much.
It was
Really
lovely having you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Perfect. Enjoy.
So this is the Syrah.
Syrah, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Correct. 12. Julle moet sies ek daarvoor.
No, we like it.
Sounds busy. No, this is nice. I
Is
taste the oak flavour comes through in the taste of the wine.
All right.
You can really taste
But the
that.
fourth one out of the 5 was still your favorite.
Yes.
The third
The
red
Merlot.
wine, the Merlot.
Yeah, very nice.
And Suzanne says it's actually quite surprising.
No, I enjoyed the Merlot. The Merlot is very nice.
Okay, that was such a nice experience.
Yes. Fish eagle.
And it's cried 3 times.
There's 2 of them nesting here.
It came for you.
Oh man, here it comes back. Oh wow.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you so much. We're super excited about this.
Thanks so
And
much
this
for
was
coming.
picked today.
Yeah,
It was
this
picked
morning.
today.
Yeah.
Fresh
You almost
asparagus.
you helped pick.
You helped pick. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you,
having
Ingrid.
us,
It was
Pleasure.
so
Thanks for
nice.
coming.
And
for
thank you
visiting
for
and
allowing
luck for
Suzanne
all
to
your
spend so much time with us.
adventures and your endeavors and your travels.
Thank you. We
Definitely.
enjoy it, but we need a little luck sometimes.
Canettevallei.
And super single vineyards.
No, this was an experience I've never had, and I want to tell you I've always been interested to see how they make soap, and this was super interesting.
And lavender fields are as beautiful as I thought they'd
Oh,
be
yes.
in person.
Yes, yes.
I think a very big thank you to Daniёl and Ingrid de Waal for hosting us today
Yes, yes.
and sharing so much of what Canettevallei has to offer.
Yeah, no, it was an awesome experience, and I think anybody that comes out here just for 3 or 4 hours will have a ball of a time.
I think you will just experience joy when you're here.
Definitely, and the peace and the quiet and the just
And the fish eagles.
and the fish eagles. That was brilliant. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode.